All right, everybody. Welcome back for another deep dive.
And today we are talking OPPO Find X8 Series.
Ooh.
So when you're like scrolling through your feed and like bam, new phone trailer drops. That's what we're talking about, right? Like
Yeah.
this is the OPPO Find X8 Series trailer, and it's got people talk.
Yeah, and it's interesting what they're doing, I think, with this trailer, because it's not just like, here's the phone, here's the specs.
Yeah.
They're really like cultivating this sense of anticipation, right? They're
Yeah.
going for like luxury and like cutting edge technology. It's
Totally. Like right off the bat, you get that sleek, almost futuristic look,
That's right.
glass and metal. It just screams premium. But like at the end of the day, like a phone's got to be more than just a pretty face, right?
Right, exactly. And I think that's kind of what they're banking on here. Like they're not just trying to say, oh, it's a status symbol, but it's also like, this is what a flagship phone represents.
Right. Okay.
Right.
I am so here for all of that.
Right.
But let's get into like the actual like what we saw. One of the things OPPO is known for is their camera, and they really like went all out in this trailer.
Oh, yeah, no, they did not hold back at all. And they're using this language of revolutionary, which, we've all heard before.
Of course.
But what's interesting is they're really highlighting the AI
Oh, yeah.
that they're packing into this camera system.
Yeah.
And so that's where it starts to get really interesting, I think.
So like for those of us who are not like professional photographers, like what does AI-powered photography actually like do for you?
Okay, so think about this. You're in like a dimly lit restaurant, right?
Mm.
And you try to take a picture,
Mhm.
and it just looks like garbage. It's
Yeah.
grainy, it's dark, the whole thing.
The worst.
So with this AI, they're promising that it'll brighten things up, it'll sharpen those details,
Mhm.
and basically make it so that every picture you take is like, oh, I could post this on Instagram.
Right.
Like, that's kind of the level we're talking about here.
Right.
And that's just the beginning. They're also showing off the fact that it does 4K video,
Mm.
and get this a periscope zoom lens.
Oh.
Remember those old cameras that had like the giant lenses on them?
Yeah.
This is like that,
In your pocket.
like miniaturized into the phone.
Yeah.
And so
Okay, that alone.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that alone has me like ready to like throw my money at the screen.
I know, right?
But before we get ahead of ourselves,
Okay.
let's talk about another like key thing here. The display.
Okay.
From what we saw in the trailer, it looks like we're getting a high-res AMOLED screen, probably at least 120 hertz refresh rate, if not higher.
Yeah, no, and this is something that I think a lot of people, like, they see the numbers and they're like, okay, but what does that mean? Like, if you've ever had a phone that, like, lags when you're scrolling or it's, like, blurry,
Yeah.
this is the difference.
Huge difference.
Huge difference. So this is going to be buttery smooth.
Mhm.
Like, you're scrolling through social media, you're playing games, you're watching videos. It's just going to look fantastic.
And they were really highlighting those like super vibrant colors and those deep contrasts too. It's
Yeah.
like they're trying to like suck you into this phone with how beautiful it is.
It's all about that immersive experience, right? Like, you're watching a movie and you feel like you're there. That's what they're going for, I think, with this display.
Yeah.
It's really impressive.
Okay, so it's got the looks, but what about like the brains of the operation?
Right.
Like we need some serious power under the hood to back up all this fancy tech.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it seems like that's exactly what OPPO is delivering.
Okay.
We're probably going to see the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor in this thing.
Okay, so for those of us who like are not like chip connoisseurs,
Right.
what does that mean? What does that actually like do for the phone?
So think of it like this. The processor is like the engine of your phone, right?
Okay.
And the 8 Gen 3. This is like the newest, most powerful engine on the market.
So speed demon, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so we're talking like faster app launches, better gaming performance.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's just going to be like
Snap.
snap for you.
Yeah, and not only that, but it's also supposed to be more power efficient.
Oh, okay.
So that means longer battery life, potentially.
Hmm.
And on top of that, they're also rumored to be packing in up to 16 gigs of RAM.
16.
16 gigs of RAM.
Is that even legal? Like my laptop doesn't even have 16 gigs of RAM.
I know, it's crazy, right?
What is the point of having that much RAM in a phone?
Okay, so remember when you have like 20 browser tabs open and your computer just grinds to a halt?
Oh, yeah.
That's what RAM helps to prevent.
Okay.
So with 16 gigs, this phone is going to be a multitasking monster.
Okay.
You could have like a million apps open and it's not even going to flinch.
This phone is making me feel things.
Right.
Like I need to upgrade my life.
I know.
But speaking of things we all need to upgrade, let's talk about battery life.
Okay.
Because battery anxiety is real.
Oh, it's worst.
Like we've all been there. You're down to like 10% and you're like frantically searching for a charger.
Right.
But it seems like OPPO might have a solution for that.
Yeah, they really highlighted their SuperVOOC charging in this trailer.
Okay, and what is that exactly?
So if the rumors are true, we could be seeing like 100-watt charging speeds.
100 watt.
100 watts.
Like, that's got to be dangerous.
No, no, no. It's fine.
Okay.
But basically, imagine this. You're about to head out the door.
Yeah.
Your phone's dead. You plug it in for like 5 minutes.
Okay.
You're good to go for the rest of the day.
No way.
It's that fast.
Okay. That changes everything.
It's a game changer.
Okay, so it sounds like they've got the power, the performance, but like a phone, this high tech, it needs to look the part.
It does.
And let's be real, OPPO, they know how to design a phone.
They do.
And this phone is no exception.
No, it looks stunning.
Sleek minimalist. They're clearly going for that like timeless elegance.
Right.
Which I'm here for.
Yeah, it's like they understand that your phone's not just a phone anymore. It's a fashion statement.
Totally.
It's an accessory.
I can already see myself like in a meeting, like casually pulling this out of my pocket and placing it on the table.
Right.
Like, yeah, this is my phone.
Exactly.
But it can't just look good. It's got to have the brains to back it up.
Right.
So what about the software? What do we see on that front?
So they kept it a little vague on the specifics, but we know it's going to be running ColorOS 14,
Okay.
which is based on the new Android 14. So, that's going to be a smooth experience.
Yeah.
Customizable. But the interesting thing is they kept mentioning AI integration into the software.
AI in the software.
Yeah, like built right in.
AI in the software. Like, what does that even mean?
Right, like it sounds like something straight out of a movie.
Totally.
But it's all about making the phone, like, smarter.
Okay.
Like, imagine your phone learning your habits,
Okay.
like how you use it when you charge it, and then it, like, optimizes itself.
Oh, wow.
So, like, let's say you always charge your phone overnight.
Right.
It'll learn that, and it'll actually charge it slower
Oh, interesting.
so that it's not, like, blasting it with energy all night.
Okay.
But then let's say, you've got a busy day coming up and you need that phone fully charged.
Yeah. Yeah.
It can sense that, and it'll, like, kick into high gear and SuperVOC it up.
That's crazy.
It's pretty cool. Or, like, think about notifications, right?
Like, how annoying is it to get bombarded
The word.
with a million notifications that don't matter?
Oh, my gosh. Yes.
So AI could actually filter those out
Okay.
and only show you the ones that are important,
Hmm.
like from your favorite people or like
Yeah.
urgent updates, that kind of thing.
So it's like having a little personal assistant
Yeah. Basic.
in your
Yeah.
pocket.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about the camera, the display, the power, the software. Like, it all sounds amazing.
Right.
But is it too good to be true?
That's the question, isn't it?
Like, is this phone actually going to live up to the hype?
I mean, it's hard to say for sure until we get our hands on it, right?
Right.
Like trailers can be deceiving sometimes.
Of course.
But just based on what we've seen so far, OPPO is definitely making a statement here.
Yeah.
Like, they're not messing around.
They're coming for the crowd.
Exactly. They want to be the top dog.
Yeah.
And they're packing some serious heat to do it.
They're not just like iterating on the last phone. They're like completely changing the game. Yeah, it's not just like, oh, we made the camera a little bit better. It's like they're trying to redefine what a smartphone can be.
Okay, so final thoughts. What are you taking away from this trailer, from this whole OPPO Find X8 series?
I think the biggest takeaway for me is just how ambitious OPPO is being here.
Okay.
Like, they're really pushing the boundaries of what's possible with a smartphone.
Yeah.
And they're not just throwing a bunch of tech at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Right.
Like, it's clear that they're thinking about the user experience
Yeah.
and how to make this technology actually work for people.
It's not just about the specs, it's about the experience.
Exactly.
And it seems like they're really trying to create something special.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see what they come up with.
Oh, me too. Me too. Well, folks, there you have it. We have officially dissected the OPPO Find X8 trailer.
We did it.
But now we want to hear from you. What are you most excited about? What questions do you have? Let us know in the comments, and maybe your question will inspire our next deep dive. Until then, stay curious.